Welcome to our latest Wandering Walks of Wonder tour. Today we are headed to Las Animas, Colorado, in the southeast corner of Colorado. Our historical tour here begins in front of the Bent County Courthouse. Las Animas is in Bent County. This courthouse was constructed in 1889 and serves as the central hub for administrative and legal activities within the county. Originally part of a larger territory, Bent County underwent changes in size and shape in 1889 until it's come to its present form today. The county seat shifted from Boggsville to West Las Animas, now Las Animas, in 1873, prompting the relocation of the county seat. Bent County operated without a courthouse for over a decade, utilizing rented space in Las Animas for court proceedings and record keeping. The decision to construct a courthouse was made around 1886, leading to the acquisition of land from James Jones in 1887. In 1912, this jailhouse was added adjacent to the courthouse. The two-story classical revival-style brick building accommodated the county sheriff's living quarters on the first floor and jail cells on the second floor, with the basement serving as the inmate processing area. Throughout the 20th century, the jailhouse sheriffs and their families gaining prominence through Sheriff Dan Gates, whose son later became the renowned country western singer and actor Ken Curtis. Curtis is best famous for portraying Festus Hagen, the unkempt, grumpy, and uneducated deputy in Gunsmoke. Here we see him pictured here with the Gunsmoke cast right in the center. He became a part of the main Gunsmoke cast in 1964, taking over the role from the former deputy Chester Good, portrayed by Dennis Weaver. Unlike Marshal Matt Dillon, who had 5 deputies over 2 decades, Festus held the role for the longest duration, spanning 11 years and appearing in 304 episodes. In 1540, following Spanish expeditions that deemed the surrounding lands useless, the Bent County area became part of Spain's New World Empire but remained unoccupied. By the 1720s, the Comanche, armed with horses obtained from the Spanish, displaced the sedentary Plains Indians from the Arkansas River Valley. Bent County became a crucial part of the expanding Comanche territory, reaching from the Sangre de Cristo Mountains to the south-central area of Kansas and between the Arkansas and Cimarron River. In the mid-18th century, the Comanches dominated Bent County but relied on warfare and trade for survival. They engaged in conflicts with Spanish New Mexicans to the south and occasionally clashed with the Arapaho to the north. Forming an alliance with the Wichita tribe in the 1740s, the Comanches traded captured Apaches, robes, and horses for maize, beans, and squash. The establishment of the Santa Fe Trail in the 1820s attracted white American traders to Bent County. In 1830, traders Sorennes St. Vrain and William and Charles Bent moved their trading post to an adobe fort on the Arkansas River, becoming Bent's Fort. We see here a picture of Charles Bent, as well as what a representation of what Bent's Fort looked like, which is not too far here from Las Animas. The fort, a threat to the Comanches, traded with the Cheyennes, supplying them with weapons against the Comanches. The ensuing war resulted in heavy casualties until peace was established in 1839, leading to an unprecedented alliance of Plains indigenous groups. For several years, Bent County thrived as a regional trade center, but the decline began in the late 1840s. Overhunting and extreme drought decimated the bison population, scattering the Plains Indians in search of food. White pioneers further impacted the region by using the Arkansas River Valley as a westward corridor. A cholera epidemic in 1849 dealt a final blow to the regional trade, causing the collapse of Bent's Fort. Distraught over the fort's failure, William Bent blew it up in 1849 but built another trading post in 1853. However, escalating tensions between whites and Native Americans led to the fort's lease to the U.S. Army, which was renamed Fort Lyon in 1862. Bent, who had spent much of his life trading with Indians, faced isolation after the Sand Creek Massacre in 1864, and he died in 1869 on his Las Animas ranch. Following the decline of trade at Bent's Fort, former traders sought new opportunities. Thomas O. Boggs, an ex-trader, established the town of Boggsville in 1866, which was just west of the Purgatoire or Purgatory River. Kit Carson, a former mountain man, Indian agent, and soldier, settled in Boggsville in 1867 to embark on a ranching career, but passed away a year later at Fort Lyon. In 1868, William Bent's son, Robert, along with Boggs and John Wesley Powell, initiated Bent County's first irrigation project, cultivating 1,000 acres of corn, wheat, and potatoes. Boggsville also saw the establishment of Bent County's inaugural school in 1869. By the mid-1870s, a combination of resource challenges and pressure from the American military ended Comanche dominance in Bent County. The Colorado Territory's 8th Legislative Assembly officially established the county in 1870, 1 year after William Bent's death. Boggsville became the county seat, but railroads bypassed the town in the early 1870s, leading to its abandonment. The county seat was then relocated here to Las Animas in 1875. Railroads, including the Kansas Pacific, transformed Las Animas into the final destination for livestock from southern Colorado and northern New Mexico. Bent County became home to numerous cattle ranches, while the fertile land around the Arkansas River Valley was converted to farms. The construction of the Fort Lyon Canal in 1884 marked one of Colorado's largest irrigation projects, supplying water to nearly 100,000 acres of farmland here in Bent and Otero counties. In 1907, the U.S. Navy took over Fort Lyon, converting it into a treatment center for tuberculosis patients. After 1922, the Veterans Administration, or the VA, operated the fort as a hospital for veterans with neuropsychiatric conditions until the year 2001. Throughout the 20th century, agriculture and cattle ranching remained pivotal to Bent County's economy. The region cultivated various crops, including alfalfa, corn, wheat, sugar beets, cantaloupes, onions, barley, oats, and potatoes. These industries formed the foundation of the local economy. In 1921, a disastrous flood along the Arkansas River prompted the construction of levees in the city of Las Animas. Subsequent floods in 1936, 1957, and 1965 were contained by these levees. In 1978, Las Animas further fortified its defenses by constructing a 9-mile-long earthen levee, which has been designed to protect against future floods. Similar to other areas in southeastern Colorado, ranching and agriculture in Bent County faced the threat of drought. While the Dust Bowl of the 1930s hit Baca County to the south the hardest, Bent County experienced farm foreclosures and economic hardships during that challenging period. Another series of droughts in the mid-1980s affected southeastern Colorado, leading the government to designate Bent County, along with several other counties, a first enterprise zone area. These zone areas, recognized as economically depressed areas, offered low-income taxes to attract businesses and stimulate economic growth in the region. Constructed between 1937 and 1938, the Las Animas Post Office stands as a historic modern movement style building in Las Animas. This building holds significance as it deviates from the typical new era construction in this area of Colorado. Unlike other projects carried out by the Work Progress Administration or similar New Deal construction agencies, This post office was built as a direct relief project of the Treasury Department. It's listed on the National Register of Historic Places. While Las Animas has many beautiful churches, one of the most beautiful is St. Mary's Catholic Church that was constructed in 1928. I hope you've enjoyed this Wandering Walks of Wonder adventure here in Las Animas, Colorado. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment on which one of the buildings you thought was the most impressive. And make sure to hit that subscribe button. Take care now. Bye-bye.